You don't know how upset it gets me that this game forces you to fucking... You get punished for playing this game. Like, why? First of all, it's Christmas week. Why isn't Super Battle Road here every day? Why am I spending keys to play this game mode, Bandai? That's fucking disrespectful, but whatever. As you can see, we got the new EZA Tech Golden Frieza. This is an easy no-item Super Battle Road just because of the fact that... Oh, fuck. Okay, this ain't exactly the perfect beginning, but you know what? You know what, in all fairness, this Golden Frieza has like a kinda shitty, kinda good attack reduction in the form that he gets attack minus 15%, 15% from the enemy. So you stack that twice, and as you can see, 157,000. That is not that bad, considering the fact that if I did not have these two Golden Friezas here, that probably would have done over 200k. So he's kind of a good... The fact that there's two Golden Frieza here is low-key a W, because it was just one, that'd be a fucking 200k hit. But this fucking Cell, holy mother god. Dude, if you don't have big bad bosses with Cell, this motherfucker cannot take hits. This motherfucker, I pray to God that these Golden Friezas actually do enough damage reduction. Okay, that's not terrible. Okay, that's not terrible. But yeah, my intention is this. This is the rotations I want. I want LR, Cooler, and Cell together because they share big bad bosses. Big buff to defense, nice. And then I want your boy, the fucking monster, the demon from hell, Tapion paired with the new Tech EZA Golden Frieza, because they're both tanks essentially. I guess I'll block with this Tapion, and then I want Cooler to go by Cell because they need to be together. Otherwise, like Cell and this asshole aren't. Now, what the fuck, dude? I want to get a super attack to lower the attack. All right, 100k isn't the worst you could do. But yeah, ended up. New EZA for the Tech Golden Frieza, which should have came, like, what, fucking 8 years ago? It should have came a little bit after the Janemba EZA, but you know how global is, bro. We get the Shaft, we get top grossing 8 weeks after we fucking hit top grossing, we get new items 10 years after we get new items. It's like, what the fuck, bro? What good is this? And also, I would say, I've been waiting for this Tech Golden Frieza EZA, because he's very, like... He's way better than he was before, because the biggest problem with this motherfucker before is that this piece of shit would go below 50% HP, and then he has no more attack boost, no more defense boost. He's just a dickhead standing there. Whereas now, he's actually pretty damn good, dude. If you have this motherfucker, which, by the way, I would just like to share with anyone listening, I have about seven of these guys. I have a Rainbow Golden Frieza, and then I got a dickhead Golden Frieza that I just keep as fodder. I don't know why the fuck the game gave me so many Golden Friezas. I awaken him, and he's actually a lot better than what I was expecting, just because of the fact that he does cause immense damage to enemy and massively lowers defense, which is pretty good. That ain't bad. And the biggest thing, like I mentioned, is that obviously he still does attack reduction. Attack receive minus 80%, attack plus 80% when HP is 50% or above, and then also you get an additional 50% attack, and you do 50% damage reduction when your HP is 49% or less. So he's actually pretty damn usable. He's actually pretty damn good. Before it would have been like I tried doing this no item run in the past, and I got kind of close a couple times just because it is a little bit easier because of the simple fact of the matter being that I have this big titted bitch fucking... What the fuck is this bitch's name? Toa. Who, by the way, fucking is, like, really, really good just because she's a Senzu Bean, essentially. And then she's also kind of good, too, because, like, this is what she does, right? This is her passive. Extreme class allies, key plus 3, attack and defense plus 30%. That ain't bad. And then also, extreme class allies, attack and defense plus 50%, and recovers 100% HP when HP is 30% or less. So she's, like, a really good support unit. And you'll see a couple times throughout this, like, I actually do pop that Senzu, and I'm like, oh my god, thank you. By the way... I got really close to beating this shit earlier today, and the only reason I kind of, like, got inspired to even try this, especially, you gotta take in mind, again, I'm using fucking keys, and this fucking game literally gives you, like, one key every fucking year, even though I'm part of the subscription, and I don't get any keys, god damn it. Because I'm using keys, I was reluctant to really do this OD, but I got pretty close the first time. I did, like, 2 or 3 more attempts, and I ended up getting the no item run. I know at this point, it's a lot easier, because obviously we have the EZA now. And I'm sure if someone had, like, for example, if you have 100% tech Broly and you do double Broly, no bullshit, I think you could legit just nuke everyone, like, Like, this Frieza's a lot better defensively, but that Broly's so ridiculously offensive that I feel like you could just fucking nuke Videl and then tank out the Gohan, maybe do some damage reduction, and then you should be Gucci and good to go. But at the end of the day, what can I say? We got no item run today. And I definitely think that this Golden Frieza is really, really good. And I think he adds a lot to this category. But it's, dude, like, they really had to add, they added this fucking EZA December 2019, bro. You couldn't have fucking popped this shit out in maybe, you know, November, maybe, October. You know, give people something to live for. Like, dude, this EZA took so fucking long. And the other EZA I'm looking forward to is STR Perfect Cell. When the fuck is that coming? What the fuck? Bandai, what, dude, what I love is that EZAs, they're like, yeah, dude, we gotta take it slow, bro, can't rush it. Meanwhile, how many fucking banners have been on Global in the past 2 months? There's been how many I can't... Dude, even if I bought Dragonstones, I still would be missing out. The SSBK banner, the fucking 200 Stone LR banner, the fucking... What the fuck? The LR Kill and Caulifla banner. Now the Christmas banner is coming, and supposedly there's a New Year's banner. It's like, dude, nigga, what do I look like? Fucking the truth? I ain't got that money. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, not too bad. I actually have off today, which is nice. I mean, my job let people out early anyway. People are out right now. They let them go at 1. And, but I took off. I've been off since, like, last Thursday, I think. Friday. I don't remember, honestly. I just know that I've been off. I've been relaxing. I've been loving the fact that I'm doing absolutely nothing. And what's funny is that I actually have performance review shit to do. Like, I have a performance review coming up. And it's kind of important to me. Obviously, it's important to everyone. Because, you know, that's the chance where you get a raise. That's a chance where, you know, you don't get fucked and you actually get paid for the work that you do. And for me personally, I already said I'm a little bit salty because the first year of working at my job, I got a promotion in the middle of the year. Decent bump up in pay. Then at the end of the year, I got a title change. Decent bump up in pay. And then now, this is the first year where nothing happened in the middle of the year. No promotion, no title change, no nothing. And apparently my company doesn't really give you shit unless you get promoted in the middle of the year, which I don't really like. I was under the impression that they would give you like a small raise in the middle of the year, you know what I mean? Like maybe even something to go, fuck it, you know, here's a 5% raise. 5% ain't a lot, but they go, you know what, it's the middle of the year, here's a 5%er, which, you know, kind of sucks because a lot of software companies, for example, I don't know about, let me say, I don't want to say a lot of software companies, but I know, for example, Google, every year, they do the mid-year and the end of the year, and it's usually a 15% pay bump in both categories. Same thing with Amazon. So that is a fucking... That's something I'll take into consideration, honestly, in terms of if I want to stay with this company or leave, because I don't like the fact that they don't give you anything in the middle of the year. I mean, Jesus Christ, not a 5% pay raise, nigga? I'm out here busting my hump, and that's the thing, too. This year, here's the thing, right? I've seen how good it can be in terms of pay raises, because my first year there, I got a pretty decent pay raise. I got, let me think, what was my pay raise the first, like my first year, after the first year? It was like, what, a fucking 17% raise or something like that? Let me think. Let me think. It was like, what, times 0.17. Oh, not 17. Damn, nigga. 18? Damn, nigga, 20%? What was my raise? God damn, I had a fat-ass raise. So I had like a 26% raise my first year working there, and the reason why that was so large, I'm assuming, is because I had a title change associated with that, so I went from quote-unquote test engineer, got a promotion. Or actually, was that my first year? I think it was my first. Well, no, here we go. This is how it was, right? In 2018, right, my mid-year was from, it was from October to the middle of the year, so it was like really 8 months of work, right? And I went from test engineer to test engineer 2, which was basically a promotion. That raise, I believe, was like 10%, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or 12% maybe even. And then at the end of the year, I got another fat-ass raise, which was another... How the fuck did it... Yeah, how did it go up that much? You know what I'm thinking? It might be, yeah, it might be, yeah, you know what it is? You want to know why it's 26%? Is because it was a title change, and the title change brought a lot more money in. So, like, the percentages are, like, fucked up because it was just a larger change. Point I'm trying to make is that my first year working on my job, that full for real 1 year, it was like a 26% raise. And I feel like that's not going to happen again, which kind of sucks for me personally because I feel like I did a lot more this year than I did last year. And I'm not the type of person where I'm going to sit there and beg. You know, it's funny. I was just listening or watching The Office Season 2, Episode 8, where they were doing performance reviews, and you had Dwight. By the way, I'm not an Office stan, but it's a pretty good show. And they had Dwight just dancing around going like, I deserve this raise. I did a lot of shit. I'm always on time, which is true. I never miss work, which is true. I'm the only motherfucker in my team that did not take all my sick days. I'm on work, putting in work. I'm putting in OD work. So I'm going to tell you right now, bro, if they give me a raise below 15%, that's going to leave a bad fucking taste in my mouth. And I'm going to honestly consider leaving the company because I worked way too fucking hard. I'm way too fucking broke. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just some asshole, like some kid that just came out of college and I'm just chilling, you know what I mean? Like, no money, no problems. Unfortunately for me, nigga, the moment I came out of college was the moment I had to start providing and surviving. So for me, this means a lot. And if they fuck me over, in my opinion, that's a fuck over. You're going to give me a 26% raise the year before when I didn't really know what I was doing. It was a new hire, title change, promotion, whatever the fuck. Okay, good to hear. But then now I'm going to get, what, a fucking no mid-year bump, which now the end of the year, and this is the thing, I talked to my manager, and he's like, yeah, we really need to make a big push for the end of the year because I believe you deserve more. Now, what the fuck is a big push? Is a big push 10%? Because go fuck yourself if that's a big push. Is a big push 20%? All right, that's a decent pay raise. I fuck with you if that's a 20%er. But I have a feeling it's going to be more like 15%. I don't know. That's the thing, like, this is my first job. This is my first time. This is probably going to be the first time I ever negotiate because I'm going to be like, listen, bro, keep it a buck. I work way too fucking hard. And that's the thing, too. Like, I earn my paycheck. Like, I really fucking earn it. So, like, anything that's less feels like a slap in the face. And that's another thing, too, that comes with this is that I feel like there's two type of people. If you don't get a raise or if you don't get promoted or if you don't get what you think you should, deserve. By the way, that was fucking close as fuck. If you don't get what you think you deserve, I think two things happen for people, in my opinion. One is that you're like, you know what, I'm working way too hard. Why am I working so hard? They're not paying me what I deserve. So why don't I just slack off? And then two is people who are just like, I have to do my best no matter what. And if the company fucks me over, it is what it is. I'm that type of person, low-key. That's why I need to fucking leave the company because I know I'll just sit there and go, maybe next year it'll be a 35% raise and that'll make up for my shitty 10% raise. I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? It would have been, like, I wouldn't even be thinking about even leaving my company if they gave me, like, if they gave me a 5% raise in the middle of the year and then gave me a 10% raise at the end, I wouldn't be that mad. I'd be like, you know what, 15% raise? That's all right. That ain't terrible. But now I'm thinking, like, at the end of the year, if they do not give me a 15% raise, which in my opinion is the bare fucking minimum for me to stay with this company, it's just like, first of all, my major's valuable, my experience is valuable, my self-esteem is low as fuck. I don't like applying to jobs. I don't like doing that. But I basically would have to be forced to do that. I probably wouldn't leave my company immediately. You know what I mean? It'd probably be a couple month process. I probably would start applying and not leave until like August of next year. But it's just something to take into consideration. I kind of hate it, honestly. I kind of wish my company just, gave me just a raise. Like, it didn't have to be gigantic, but something to go, hey, you know what? We realize you exist, and here's some money, you fucking asshole. So let me see. So right here, I actually do not want to get a super with Cell. The reason being is that I don't want to, as dumb as it sounds, I don't want to risk getting too much HP with Cell, because he can get an additional, and he can do a decent amount of healing, but I want the Toa's passive to proc, so I can get the attack buff and the HP. And by the way, I have your boy Tapion blocking here with a damage reduction and attack minus 50%. He's pretty safe. So I actually got the full heal. It's kind of a shit rotation though. I wish Cell was here. What the fuck? Yeah, I do wish Cell was here. But I do have a plus 50% attack, so that is a decent amount of damage up. Let me see this. Oh, what the fuck, dude? You really couldn't wait to fucking do this till the end, you piece of shit? But yeah, the reason why I mentioned the end of the year review is because, one, it's something that's on my mind. Two, this is like the first time where I'm really in a situation where I'm like, I'm not super happy with my job because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of companies give you like something in the middle of the year just to hold you over till the end. Because think about it, I feel like I'm underpaid at this point. In the middle of the year, my manager asked me, he's like, do you think you're underpaid? And I'm like, nah, not really. I don't think so. And that was in my mind thinking like maybe I'll get a 5% pay raise or, you know, some point. But as time moves on, the longer I don't get a pay raise, the more underpaid I am. And I put a lot of work in this year. And another thing to take into consideration is that obviously I'm not working right now, so I didn't even do my end of the year review. It's like on some online bullshit. And I write a lot, bro. I take a lot of notes. So I think two things I'm going to have to do when I go back to the office is, one, finish that review. But before I even finish that review, I need to, what do you call it? What do you call it? My mind just broke for a second. I need to, basically just do a review of everything I did. Because right now I have, like, everything that I've done in my job and I made notes of it. And I think I'm going to be a lot more bare bones with my review this year. Because last year, I put a shit ton of information and it was, like, ridiculous. I'm probably just going to make bullet points and put some supporting arguments and information. Just, you know, in my review. And then I'm probably going to end up putting, more information in my resume. Because I have not updated my resume in forever. Again, even if I don't leave my company, I feel like I should be updating my resume at least on like a yearly or 2-yearly basis, because then otherwise, like, if you rush your resume, you're gonna miss shit. You're not gonna have people review it, etc., etc. So I think this is the system of equations, right? When I go back to work, I'm gonna finish my review of information, put everything together, make my actual review, finish that shit up, and then based off that review, maybe save it as a PDF or something, and then update my resume just to have it updated. Because, dude, I'm telling you, I don't like looking for jobs. A lot of my friends have been telling me for, like, the past year, like, dude, get a new job, work at Microsoft, fuck this company. And honestly, I love my job. I love the people at my job. But at the end of the day, like I said, I really do need the money. You know, my salary isn't terrible. I'm not, you know, sorely underpaid. But there are people who make more than me doing less than me, and there's just the simple fact of the matter being that I do have parents who are fucking leeches, and I need to, well, I don't want to say they're leeches, it's just they need financial help. And I mean, they low-key leeches because they just do dumb shit, but at the end of the day, I have family that depends on me. I mean, I'm broke as fuck. I come from a lineage of broke boys, so I'm not gonna work at a company and get fucked and, you know, basically get paid less to do more. And that's one thing too, like, I really do take my job super seriously and I don't fuck around. Like, for example, at my job, like, this isn't, you know, a knockoff to say, oh, you know, fuck these guys, but at my job, they have Super Smash Brothers, they play games. Listen, first of all, I don't like mixing business and pleasure, as corny as that sounds, that cliche, but I really don't like, you know, I'm at work. Like, I can't relax at work. At work, I feel like I'm at work, right? So I would rather, you know, work, you know, 8 hours, 8.5 hours, whatever, and then go home, as opposed to play for a half hour to an hour and go home a little later. It's like, no, motherfucker, I want to go home. So I don't fuck around at work. I don't play games. I don't take sick days unless I'm sick. And the reason why I say that is because, and this isn't even like a knock on my coworkers, it's whatever. You want to take a sick day, I don't give a shit. But, you know, from a corporate cornball perspective, you looking at a motherfucker like me, you know what I mean? Like, I come in, sometimes I'm not feeling too hot, sometimes I'm feeling tired, sometimes I'm sick. Not super sick. If I'm actually, like, sick with a cold, I'll stay home and work from home. And that's another thing, too. When I work from home, I actually work from home. Like, I don't fuck around. Like, I mean, what I'm basically trying to say is that I have extremely low self-esteem. I have no self-worth whatsoever, but even I know that I'm worth my fucking paycheck and then some. So if my company wants to scheme, if they wanted to go into some scheme jutsu where they're like, yeah, dude, you know, you're doing a good job, but here's your 5% raise, 10% raise, go fuck yourself, I'll take it. I'm like, all right, thanks for the raise, and then I'm going to leave, and then when I leave, they're going to be like, why are you leaving? Because they do an exit interview. Why are you leaving? I'm gonna be like, yo, you know how much work I did in 2008 fucking 19? You know how much work I did? And then you gave me a 10% fucking raise, and I'm supposed to take that? I mean, yeah, I'll you know, try to negotiate with them. I never did that before, but I'm gonna tell my manager, if I look at that piece of paper and I see a 10% raise, I'm gonna be like, listen, I appreciate the raise. And that's another thing too, like at the time last year, again, dude, I'm new, right? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm a good worker. I try my best, but, you know, this year I really feel like I learned a lot from 2018, and I applied a lot of it this year. Like, dude, I'll give you an example, just a dumb example recently in terms of process. Dude, I got an email from some fucking department that I have nothing to do with, and they go, yeah, we're just going to, in AWS, we're going to delete these users because no one's claimed them. And I see that, and in my mind, I'm going, why the fuck would you delete production fucking users before you delete it from the test account, right? And I see this, and I'm like, why the fuck would you do this? So I say, hold up, let me delete it in our test account and see if anything breaks. So I do that. I didn't have to do this. I took it upon myself because I'm like, why the fuck would we ever do this? I test it out. I see everything. We delete it from the test account. I don't know if they got rid of it from a production account or what, but the point I'm trying to make is that they want to do this in prod first. If it wasn't for me taking this initiative and just testing it out, no one would have done it. It could have gone to prod and blown something up, and no one would have given a fuck. And, you know, I constantly do this where I pay attention to shit and I try not to fuck shit up. Like, that has nothing to do with me. And I took, like, what, a good 3 fucking hours out of my fucking day and ended up doing that. And what's funny is that I'm on vacation now. I actually got a message today. It's like, hey, dude, I deleted this from the test account. By the way, they were supposed to delete the bullshit from the production account December 16th. So that's probably deleted by now. But they messaged me like, hey, dude, yeah, the things you deleted, it broke our stuff, so we're going to have to resolve that. So here's the funny thing, right? These guys, right, they got the email, the same email I got. I tested my shit out. I deleted my shit. I said, hey, listen, I tested this shit out. I did it. I don't know what the fuck, you know, is the difference. What's the deal? You know, I did my due diligence in trying to figure out if this shit will break or not. It didn't break for our stuff. I guess it broke for theirs. But, you know, it's the point. Like, my company is a mid-sized company. It's not that well-structured. It's not that process-based. So this year, repeatedly, you know, I've helped apply process to certain things, and I put in a lot of work. So if these motherfuckers want to play games and they want to look at my review and they want to see it as like, oh, whatever, you know, he did this, he did that, they don't really care, I'm going to hit the dip so fucking quick. And I hate fucking interviewing at places. That shit is not fun to me. Like, people on, if you ever seen, like, on computer science subreddits or stuff like that, there's a lot of, like, no-life fuckboys who do leak code all day, and they're proud of their fucking leak code score and their hacker rank score, and it's like, oh, I'm a problem solver. I can do this, I can do that. And then you fucking have them in the job, and they don't talk to people and just sit in the corner. It's like, dude, just do me a favor. Just fucking make a commit and push this build. Shut your mouth, you piece of garbage. But yeah, it's just, these are the couple things I have on my mind, and these are the things I got to take into consideration. Because at the end of the day, I put in OD work, I put in OD hours, I bring a lot to this company, and if they want to play games, they want to fucking scheme, I'm gonna have to hit the dips. And unfortunately for me, think about it, if they decide to give me, like, say, a 10% raise, I negotiate, and they say, nah, here's a 10% raise, go fuck yourself. I'm not going to leave the company for a couple months, so they basically fucked me for those couple months. And it's not to sound ungrateful, it's not to sound salty, but at the end of the day, like, I'm putting in OD fucking work, and, you know, I should be compensated as such, and that's something that my company says that they want to do, and something they want to take into consideration, etc., etc. So, I'll see what happens in February, you know what I mean? If I don't get the pay raise I'm expecting, you know, maybe I'll have a tutorial on how to fucking negotiate with your job. I don't know. I never did this shit before. But here we go. Much like EZA Golden Frieza, it took a long time. Just like how Frieza didn't get his EZA a couple months late, I'm getting my raise a couple months late. I am EZA Frieza. I've been left in the fucking mud, forgotten. No one cares about me. No one gives a shit about me. But guess what? I'm gonna get my raise one way or another. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna have my own EZA.